All right. Well, what's up, everybody? This is Krispycody from Krispy Reviews Podcast. I'm a bit frustrated. Rookie move just made a moment ago. I just wasted 42 minutes of talk time just to realize that my microphone was trying to connect to my phone and not to my laptop. So, what does that mean? I gotta redo this all over again. Woo! I think this time I'm just going to compress it a bit though. But anyways, if you're new here, I'm Krispycody, and this is Krispy Reviews Podcast. I'm a crazy absurdist. I love music. I love arts. I love all sorts of things of that nature. And just wanted to kind of get back to the old channel and talk about where the heck have I been and what's going on in my life. So 2025, I'm just going to dive right in face first. So hope you're ready. Grab a bag of popcorn or a drink. So 2025, it was a roller coaster of a year. I became a father. My wife gave birth to our beautiful boy around the month of March, and he's a blessing. I can't ask for anything better of a son. And I feel like I was more authentic in this first video and stuff. I'm just really frustrated that this video didn't record my audio. Anyways, I'm back talking about 2025 real fast. Trying to make this a compressed video, I guess you could say, of a 40-minute video, maybe into like a 10-minute video. Speed run this thing, you know. In the early month, I became a dad, and challenging myself in fatherhood has been very interesting. It's been rewiring my brain and trying to like follow these new patterns and just being a dad. I mean, I've been doing it for over a year now, and it's been, needless to say, a trip, a good one, to say the least. I'm very proud to be one, and my son has overcome a lot of challenges, and my wife and I couldn't be more proud of him. He's such a handsome boy and is doing so many good things already. That's the positive side of things. Through and through, like beforehand, I had the interview with Mark Laidlaw. Shout out Mark Laidlaw, love that guy. So I kind of pushed myself to do a lot in one instance. Before the birth of my son and after, I had the interview with Crime Slugs, Captain Slug, in the hospital, actually, or when my son was born. And I just kind of pushed myself. I think I pushed myself a bit too hard, and it really affected me mentally. And I didn't really realize it until after my final interview, which was with Evan Zuri around like August or September of 2025. And I decided to take a break and just be for my family and my son, and just be more focused and away from music for a bit. It sucks because that's just something that I'm always so used to doing. But it's also great because I'm able to learn this new thing that I must be, which is a dad. So anyways, I had a lot of negative things that kind of happened in 2025 that happened. So in June, I fell pretty ill. It actually happened, the first time it happened around exactly the time when my son was born. And I had to go to the walk-in clinic to get it addressed. But I didn't realize it was just a small issue then, that it was going to grow into be a bigger issue in June. So anyways, in June, I had a really tough surgery that happened, and put me out of commission for like 9 months, basically. So dealing with that and depression and stuff like that, like you realize really quickly how mortal you are as a person, and it makes you start thinking a lot weirdly and differently and stuff, and value life a lot more differently, ultimately. But at the same time, I lost my grandfather in June, who I was very near and dearly close with in the later years of his life, probably the last 10 years or so. It sucked losing him. He was, one of my biggest cheerleaders out there. He supported me with anything I ever needed. Any advice, he would dish it up quickly and reassure me. It's a heavy loss. Me and I'm there for my Nana at least once a week. I love her near and dear. And I know it's been very hard for her to transition to being a widow. I mean, it's almost been a full year that he's not been here. So he affected a lot of people's lives and inspired a lot of people. So I only wish to be like him. And I push on, and he told me to continue on with this and continue on with the podcast and stuff, because one of the last things I did get to do with him was introduce him to his great-grandson. And I will hold that as one of my highest achievements in my life. And I know that was a big moment for him and a big moment for all of us who was there. And he's watching over me right now and laughing and smiling and giggling and probably making jokes about how sensible I'm being and saying, oh, don't talk about this, don't talk about me. But no, like he was a real person who was just genuine and down to earth, and I wish more people were like him in this world. And then as I was recovering and dealing with the loss of my grandfather, and then finishing up a couple interviews I had scheduled and stuff, in December, I lost another person who was like my northern star, which was Adam the Woo. He was a YouTuber. I was not necessarily close with him, but I had the privilege of meeting him a couple times. And he inspired me because he pioneered many different avenues on YouTube, such as like urban exploration and the theme parks, and being a historian and traveling and just going to all these different places and being just himself, and having people basically magnetized to him and grow his own following. He went from living in a van to dying in his $1 million home in Celebration, Florida. So like, it's crazy. It is crazy to when you show your genuine self, what you allow to happen in your life. It's very authentic. And again, that was another person in my life who I really looked up to. And for those two stars, I would look to at the sky at night and just think, man, I wish to be that person. They're gone. The stars no longer exist. And I have myself. I just have to reinforce my own thoughts back into myself and love myself and push forward and know that these people are rooting for me in my corner to be myself. And that's what I choose to do. Through Adam's idealism, it was the circle of goodness, as he would say, which was passing on goodness to others in just sharing time and communion and community, fellowship. It takes a long time to find those right people. But when you do, you'll connect with them on such a deep level, and it will take you places you never thought existed. And that's what I hope to explore and do. And it's a mission statement of mine to keep continuing this podcast. And that's why I'm finally coming back to it. But I need to circle back to a couple things that I wanted to do in 2025, but I didn't get to do, which was a couple albums that stood out to me. I did purchase them. and I want to talk about them real fast. I know we're already at 10 minutes. So first album I want to talk about is Drain Is Your Friend. That was released in, I think, October or November. I think it was November, actually. Really great record. Awesome. Hard. It's like the hardcore scene. So Sam and Cody and the drummer, I always forget his name. I'm so sorry, bro. What is his name? Let's see real fast. Oh, it's Tim. That's his name. Tim Flegal. Shout out Tim, the drummer. He does a really good job holding it down. Anyways, got this record. I loved it. It was a Zoe Trope record. I'm not going to take it fully out because it was a pain. But it shows their little Q Pie guy dancing and grooving and moving. Super sick. Support this band. They're from Santa Cruz, California. Drain Is Your Friend. Second album that really stood out to me was Turnstile, Never Enough. This was a really good record. I got it on cassette for a couple reasons. It was mainly due to some of their synthy kind of sounds, pan flutes. I got to see them in October, and I thank my wife for letting me go to that show. It was such a good time seeing them kind of headline their own tour and stuff and do what they do best, and perform. So, yeah, definitely check out this record. It was a highlight of 2025, along with like Geese. They may be considered a psyop and all that, but Geese Getting Killed is a really good record too. I actually don't have it yet on vinyl or CD or cassette, but support your favorite artists on whatever medium you want to do. It's always imperative and important. But the last record I must talk about, my number one record, and it may be my number one for the entire decade. I think it's pronounced Yahweh. It's YHWH Nailgun. 45 pound. This record, it makes you feel feelings that I didn't know you could feel when listening to music. You feel fear. You feel pain. You feel happiness. You feel confusion. You feel downright fight or flight. Just pure, raw, like human emotion. This is a soundtrack to something beyond. I don't know. Like this record is just so important, and I feel like people need to know about it. And it's not for the faint of heart to listen to this. It is extreme. It's very dynamic, but it's art, and art is very subjective. This might be your least favorite record you ever heard in your entire life. Or you might hear this and think, holy cow, Cody is talking about some crazy stuff here. This record has a lot of weight behind it. Pun intended, I guess, 45 pounds. I would say it's more than 45 pounds. It feels like 1 billion pounds or something. Like it just weighs so heavy on you. But in the best way possible. Castrato Raw, like it was just beautiful happiness, but like also dealing with your pain and your fears and anxieties. Animal Death, Already Breathing. Talk about thinking about death at the end of the tunnel and stuff, and fear of that. Tear Pusher. That song, it's just so industrial, and then it becomes bright and ambient and colorful and just like, wow. And it's like, holy cow. These guys are doing some crazy stuff. That's all I have to say. And I hope they inspire the next generation of artists heavily, because they need the recognition. Yahweh Nailgun, 45 pounds. Go check it out if you want. Yeah, so that was 2025. 2026, we're already in almost the end of April, coming upon May. I went to Record Store Day. Talk about that. That was recent. Got 2 records for my friend. It was the Pokemon Lo-Fi record. Apparently, that was a sought-after record. I was able to pick it up. Pretty crazy. The Bruno Mars, he was the ambassador of Record Store Day. So getting that record for him was pretty cool. But for myself, I picked up Third Eye Blind, one of my favorite 90s rock acts, pop rock or punk rock, whatever you want to call it, acts. Rarities and first drafts, including alternate versions of Semi-Charmed Life and Motorcycle Drive-By, many more. It's on a limited translucent emerald vinyl, which I have yet to open and see. But I just love different takes and demos and tracks before you get the final cut. I like hearing those. I think they're just funny and different, and you just kind of realize like, oh man, like it could have been like this, but it's not. So thankfully it is or isn't that way. So you be the judge. Tell me, is this something you would have picked up for a record store day? Comment below. And also, what was your favorite record of 2025? I would love to know. That'd be really cool. As for the channel and stuff, I'm back. I'm excited and eager to get going. I've been talking to many types of people. Records of 2026 that have stood out to me so far. Gorillaz, that one was amazing. The Mountain. We got Dry Cleaning. They had a really good record that just came out in February-ish. There's a couple more, but share what record that inspires you the most and you've loved in 2026 that's come out as well. But as for the channel, I'm back. I'm healing. I'm recovered on injuries, and my soul is healing. One last thing I missed and I want to talk about. One of my friends from high school, they passed away this past week as well. So another loss. Not a good one. He was only 30, same age, as me. And, we don't know what happened to him technically. He's going to have a celebration of life next week. So I'll probably attend that and pay my respects and stuff to his family and close friends. I did take him with me to Welcome to Rockville in 2018. And I was looking back at those photos and videos and stuff. And it's just like, wow, you just never really know, when somebody's going to leave this life. It's just another reminder that we are merely mortal and that now is all we have, and to always live in the present. Don't ever get stuck or hung up on the past or get hung up on where you should be in the future. Today's all you have. And then the next day, that may come. So break things down. Remember to tell people you love them and you appreciate them in your life, because you don't know if it's going to be your last, And I'm not trying to end things on a sad note. It just is what it is. Life is a very complex thing. We like to think it's one thing, but it's not. It's a collective. It's introspective. It's something that's always changing. And when we come to realize that change is constant, it's when you start to realize it's something that you can never be comfortable with. So be who you want to be in this world and in this life, and pay it back with the circle of goodness. Atomisms. Hitchcock would be proud. One of my favorites, he would say in his videos. And piping hot caffeinated beverage to start the video or the day. It's just, funny little things, man, that make up people. Everyone's so different. I appreciate that about them. But I appreciate you supporting Krispy Reviews Podcast, and I'm so happy to be back. I hope to be back firing on all cylinders. I've been talking to a lot of interesting people. I'm trying to make new connections and do new things. And this is only the start of something new. Turning the page, because the present is all we have. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe, all those fun internet things to the channel. Comment what you enjoy most about this world and this life, what music album has impacted you lately, what record from last year you love, the record that you love from this year, whatever it may be, share it. I'll be watching the comments. I'll be sharing and commenting back. Love you guys. Krispy Reviews Podcast. See you out there. Orlando. Shameless plug. Shameless. Lost in the Queues is a new account I started though on Instagram. I'm going to upscale it to TikTok and YouTube probably. Maybe a vlog, it may not be, I don't know. It's just me enjoying the theme parks and stuff here in Orlando and talking about things that are coming. I've always been a fan of the theme parks and just theme park related things. Just trying to have different accounts for different hobbies and things I enjoy. But Lost in the Queues with Krispycody. That's my next endeavor. I'm also going to be working on too on the side. So catch me out there, catch me in the parks, catch me at a music video, catch me at Park Ave CDs. Shout out Park Ave CDs Orlando. But Krispycody, over and out. See you next time. Ciao.